And I remember he still came to my apartment later, and as he saw me, he started bawling, saying that, he struggled, that he couldn't figure things out. I feel so heartbroken seeing him crying, and I was so innocent thinking that, oh, maybe later we will still get back together. Hello guys, I hope everyone is having an amazing day. So in my last relationship video, I talked about 5 things you should never do for online dating. And it looks like you guys enjoy the tips that I share. So today I want to go a little deeper and share more personal advice that I learned from my failures. If you are using dating apps, but your dates didn't turn out the way you expected, or maybe you've been using for a while, but the more you date, the more lost and drained you feel. If any of these feelings applies to you, then you are in the right place, because in today's video, I'm going to pinpoint 5 major lessons that I learned 2 years ago when I was still searching for love. If you want to hear some advice from a real dating app user, just keep on watching. So the first piece of advice I want to give to my younger self is invest in yourself to attract the person who you want to be with. I know a lot of times we have the criteria, we have high standards for our future significant other, but many times people set the bar too high that they are not even compatible with what they are asking for. I'm not sure if you do, but I used to have girlfriends from school back in the days that they were always looking for guys who were so tall, so smart, and so hardworking, and then they complain that it's so hard to find a match. But hey girls, if you want to attract to people like that, then you need to have the same vibe too. I'm not just talking about the looks, but the whole package. You all heard me saying this a lot, that your vibe attracts your tribe. So if you're looking for a person who's smart, who's patient, who's driven, who's good looking, then you need to invest yourself to become a better person so both of you can connect. You will want to look clean, you might want to read more books, learn a new skill, or develop a new hobby, or work out to maintain a healthy body, etc. Because this is all about you. You should be the best version of yourself. It doesn't matter if you have a date or not, because who cares? As long as you're happy, you're satisfied with where you're at and who you are, then you will automatically attract the friends or a date with a similar vibe. So remember, investing in yourself will be the best investment you can do for your life. So my second piece of advice for the younger Crystal is prep for the worst. Get ready to get hurt or disappointed. Online dating is like a small society, just like any other place in the world. There are all different types of people looking for different things. There are always players out there, but there are also a group of people who are looking for serious relationships. If you are still in the mindset that you'll meet your Prince Charming and everything will be so romantic, oh well, good luck, because things might be a little bit challenging for you. What I'm trying to emphasize is that online dating is no different from our real life. It could be dangerous also. You might encounter people who are looking for totally different things, people who have less social morals, people who lie about their age or what they do in their profile. If you can stay alert, be smart, and prep for the worst, and get ready to be disappointed or even heartbroken sometimes, because in my opinion, this is an inevitable process to know what you really want as you are learning and sorting things out. I know there are some people who found their Mr. or Mrs. Right early on, but come on guys, everyone has their own path, have their own life clock. If you can have the right mindset, stay alert, and always prep for the worst, then nothing can drag you down. If you are still watching by now, I can tell you are very serious about dating. Good job, and I want to reward you with another great advice. So my advice number 3 that I want to share with the younger Crystal is always be honest and don't ghost people, because what goes around comes around. I know online dating sometimes can be tricky because there are some weird or some shady people, but don't let that small group of people or some bad experiences crush your faith in humanity or dating in general. Remember to always be honest and genuine to people no matter what, because I firmly believe in karma. So one mistake I really regret from back in the days was when I just started out dating and I didn't know how to say no to people whom I didn't want to continue dating. So I would just ghost people. after the first day or after a few days later. And I did that for a couple of dates. I didn't know until one day I was talking to my friend Alex about it, and she got so mad, scolding me, saying that you should never ghost people. It's bad karma. You know, you should just tell people straight that you're no longer interested, but I'm sorry, I just want to be honest. And that was such a aha moment for me, because I would appreciate people say the same thing to me instead of keeping me hanging there without knowing why. So after that day, I always send a text at the end if I don't want to date the person anymore. So remember karma, my friends, and always be nice to people. So my advice number 4 is he's just not that into you if he chooses to leave. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the movie He's Just Not That Into You, and my real life story is actually quite similar to the movie. I remember I had this one date and we were dating for about 3 months, and I liked this person a lot and I thought we had good chemistry, and I didn't see any signs until one day, actually right before we were supposed to go out, he sent me this long text saying that, you know, he liked me a lot and he thought I was special, but he felt something was missing and he didn't know what that was. And I remember I feel so confused after reading this text. And I remember he still came to my apartment later, and as he saw me, he started bawling, saying that, you know, he struggled, that he couldn't figure things out, but he hoped that we can still keep in touch. And I remember I feel so heartbroken seeing him crying, and I was so innocent thinking that, oh, maybe later we will still get back together. So fast forward to the end of the story. Of course we didn't get back together. And I remember after 3 months, I was still like hoping and waiting and thinking that, oh, we might still get back together. That's just the end of the story. By sharing this story, and I know everyone's case is different, but girl, if he chooses to leave, if you ask for my opinion, of course you can still linger a little bit longer, but if he chooses to leave, and no matter what kind of reason he gives you, he's just not that into you. Period. Finally, if the more you date, the more confused, the more lost you are, then my final advice for my younger self is, you know, he is the right person when everything feels natural to you. I know this sounds a little bit vague, but I remember I used to hear my friends who are married saying that you just know when he is the right person. And I was always thinking that, how would I know? I wonder what on earth that feels like. And now looking back my dates from the past, and I finally understand what that means. I know we learn to adjust, we learn to compromise in a relationship, but only you know if it's natural to you. I remember when I was much younger, I had this relationship that no matter how hard I try or no matter how much I change, we were always fighting and I was always unhappy, stressed all the time. Back then, I liked the person so much, so I feel so stuck. Why things just didn't work out? And I even thought that I had some problem. Until later, I finally ended the relationship and I tried to date other people, and I found myself so much happier. And actually that was the first time I realized that I could be loved like this and I could be this happy without fighting with the person all the time. I feel so natural, I feel secure and confident in my relationship. If I didn't leave my previous relationship and give myself a second chance, I would never know how a natural relationship feels like. So sometimes you just need to listen to your inner voice and embrace the relationship that feels natural to you. Here is a quick summary for you. Number 1, invest in yourself. And number 2, prep for the worst. And number 3, don't ghost people. And number 4, if he chooses to leave, he's just not that into you. And number 5, feeling natural is the key. And I hope you enjoy and learn something new from my failures. If you like today's video and you love the stories that I share, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And again, thank you guys for watching. I hope everyone has a happy and enjoyable relationship. See you guys next Tuesday. Bye!